Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to a brand new Overwatch 2 video. So in today's video, we're going to be covering is Mekka Squad going to be coming to Overwatch 2. As you guys know, or if you don't know, Mekka Squad just had a new comic from the New Blood series for D.Va. A lot of the community started asking the question, is Mekka Squad going to be coming to Overwatch 2? I think it's very possible, but Blizzard would have to take very specific routes in terms of bringing Mekka Squad over into Overwatch 2 for a couple of very important reasons. As we go over the possibility of Mekka Squad coming to Overwatch 2, I want to ask that you definitely comment, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for all future Overwatch videos. Thank you so much for subscribing and following me on Twitch as well as Twitter. Catch me on Twitter at BlackoutTwitch. And yeah, appreciate each and every one of you guys. So with that, let's get into the video. Alright, so there's a couple reasons I think Mekka Squad is possibly maybe coming over to Overwatch 2, but it seems very likely for me personally that Blizzard would have to take very specific routes in terms of bringing the whole team over into Overwatch. If you guys don't know, Mekka Squad is pretty much part of D.Va's team, or D.Va is a part of Mekka Squad, actually, to say correctly. Squad is pretty much a team built from exactly what D.Va's robotic armor suit exoskeleton thing is just a whole team of them that protects, most importantly, Korea from the threat of the Omnics. I'm not going to dive into Mekka Squad specifically as a whole because there's a whole deep dive video that I want to create for them, but essentially these are a group of people that protect Koreans from the Omnics. On top of that, D.Va is a superstar and frontline for Mekka Squad as the poster child or poster person or poster girl, so yeah, she has that going for her. Now, the chances of Mekka Squad coming into Overwatch 2 for me personally, it seems something that's very slim, only because there's not too much that separates each person in Mekka Squad. They more or less have a kind of the same abilities with slight adjustments between each and every one of their suits. If Blizzard did decide they wanted to bring in Mekka Squad into Overwatch 2, they would have to find roles for them all other than just tank. Obviously, D.Va is in the tank role, so it's very possible we could see a Mekka in DPS as well as a Mekka in support, but then that leaves two other Mekka Squad members as well. Now, it would make sense for the possibility of Mekka Squad coming into the game as one support or two supports, or one support and two tanks and maybe two other DPSs, but their suits are very similar. They would have to find a little bit more to differentiate each one from the other. On top of that, Mekka Squad has kind of felt this way as more or less side characters compared to D.Va. I felt like D.Va kind of represented the squad as a whole. They met a whole lot of unnecessary backstory that we would have to get into. You know, there are so many people who are super into Mekka Squad, super into their identities, super into just the group as a whole, because they have a lot of expression, they have a lot of characteristics in them that other people may see in themselves, or they just seem to look pretty cool. They're a pretty cool group of Power Ranger-like people in the Overwatch universe. Honestly, it would make sense for more of them to be in the tank role over DPS because we already have so many DPSs as it is, and for their suits, it kind of just represents a tank role. I mean, you are in a mecha costume. Other than DPS, I don't really see something possible within the healer type of role, but you never know because their suits are actually very different, also very similar. So if Blizzard could find a way to make them a little bit their own person, bring in more characteristics, bring in more background, maybe have each of the characters have their own comics, then we could kind of get into the conversation of Mekka Squad coming into Overwatch 2. For me personally, I think this is something that's very slim. I know they just got a whole new comic, and I'm going to be going over that in a whole different video in itself. Blizzard is in the position where they're also reworking all the other heroes, so if we do get Mekka Squad, it won't be anytime soon. I'm assuming if we do get Mekka Squad, it's going to be something more of a story integration where we'll have some type of DLC added to the Overwatch 2 story mode. This is the long term rather than the short term where we see Mekka Squad come into the game a little bit maybe initially after launch. I would personally prefer if Mekka Squad did make it into the DLC rather as a story expansion rather than standalone characters. So I truly think there's a possibility of Mekka Squad going into the game. Yes, absolutely I do, but I don't think it's anytime soon, but I am looking forward to story DLC if the story for Overwatch 2 is fantastic and it decides to continue the rest of the story through different characters. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Mekka Squad making it into Overwatch 2. I could see these characters more as a story expansion rather than standalone characters, but you never know with Blizzard. They could decide to make the whole group essentially just characters within themselves for each role and maybe spread the universe out a little bit more within the PvP systems of Overwatch 2 and the game as a whole. Thank you so much for watching, and as always guys, my name is Blackout, and till next time, have a good day.